Verstappen took the lead from third on the grid at the first corner, as he outbraked both Mercedes cars. Poleman Valtteri Bottas was pushed into a spin by the McLaren of Daniel Ricciardo at turn 1 and dropped to the tail of the field. Verstappen pulled away to win by over 16s from Hamilton, who pitted earlier than the Red Bulls. Sergio Perez stopped 11 laps later than Hamilton and closed right up in the final stages but had to settle for third. From pole position, Bottas led Hamilton on the charge to turn 1, with Verstappen going to the outside, braking late and sweeping around them both. Behind him, Bottas was spun around by Ricciardo, who lost his front wing, while in the pack Yuki Tsunoda, Alpha Tauri, and Mick Schumacher, Haas, sandwiched the Alpine of Esteban Ocon and both flew up into the air and into retirement at turn 2. Perez ran across the grass at turn 1, but rejoined in third. The safety car was required to clear away the stranded cars. Verstappen led Hamilton, Perez, Pierre Gasly, Alpha Tauri, Charles Leclerc, Ferrari, Antonio Giovinazzi, Alfa Romeo, and Carlos Sainz, Ferrari, at the restart on lap 5. Sainz passing Giovinazzi for 6th at turn 1. Verstappen pulled well clear of Hamilton, who came under pressure from Perez before Lewis made his first pit stop on lap 30. Verstappen pitted several 4 laps later, promoting Perez to the lead, delighting the home crowd. Verstappen rejoined 7s ahead of Hamilton as the race hit half distance. Perez pitted on lap 41, rejoining 9s behind Hamilton but on tyres that were 11 laps fresher. Perez caught Hamilton going into the final 10 laps, and despite getting into DRS for a couple of laps, and one lunge into turn 3 on the final lap, he wasn't even close to getting past and had to settle for third. Behind them, Ferrari switched the earlier stopping Leclerc with Sainz, in a vain attempt to catch fourth-place Gasly. But he failed, so they switched back with Leclerc taking 5th ahead of Sainz. Sebastian Vettel drove an excellent race to finish 7th for Aston Martin, ahead of fellow world champions Kimi Raikkonen, Alfa Romeo, and Fernando Alonso, Alpine. McLaren's Lando Norris rounded out the top 10 from 18th on the grid. Bottas got stuck behind Ricciardo, outside the top 10, and toiled until lap 40 when Ricciardo made a second stop. Bottas pitted 2 laps later but suffered a 12th stop, dropping him to 15th, and he pitted again in an attempt to take away the fastest lap point away from Verstappen. He achieved that on the very last lap, after stopping yet again for more soft tyres.